First of all, thank you for all our friends or partner customer coming and join our webinar today. Today, I will work with Sunny Tan. We'll work together and share about the SBC for Microsoft Teams direct login. So Sunny Tan is expert already in the SBC configuration and implementation. So if later you have any questions, you always can leave the message in chat box. We will give the answer immediately. Okay, here got a lot of the slide here. You have to know there are actually the 5 parts. The first part is Microsoft Teams direct routing. What is the concept of Microsoft Teams? And the second part is direct routing solutions for Microsoft. So DINSTAR offer kind of the solution for DINSTAR for the Microsoft Teams. And the third one is why my customer choose the DINSTAR SBC. And the part 4 we will talk about the configuration and the SBC side and team side. And after the discussion, Sunny Tan will give you the answer all about the concern and the SBC and maybe configuration and so on. So this is our profile, DINSTAR profile. I think everyone can see that. Okay. Actually, I think if you are the customer or our distributor or other channel partner, you I think quite familiar with DINSTAR already. There are some background here. So far, we've got I think the number one of the market share in the VIP gateway for digital gateway, analog gateway, and even SBC in China market. Of course, then in the overseas, we also got quite famous for the such products. And we also got the 20 years working experience or R&D experience for IP industry. And we got over 100 R&D engineer expert already, and 10 million lines for the digital gateway, analog gateway, and so on. Also cover and served for the over 100 countries. We got 10,000 channel partner and work quite a few years already for our product line, and we got 120 customers overseas. Of course, we also got some, the copyrights or IP in kind of the maybe the technical things or some design or software or mechanism algorithms and so on. So we got all the full product line for the service and support. And actually, our DINSTAR also offer kind of product line in the I think separate 2 lines here. Main lines for the service provider. Its main product include the SBC, MTG, and DAG. So you can see here we got I think in terms of the model or type, you can see the SBC 3000 and SBC 8000 is software based. This is hardware based. And also got the digital gateway MTG 3000 and 5000. And here we also got the DAG for FXO, FS, and so on. So also we support very large number of the ports here. And we also offer the enterprise the level of the products. Here we got the software, and for example, call recording software, attendance, and PMSI. This is for hotel management integration. And also got a billing system if you want to integrate the billing system with your maybe PBS, your third party SIP servers. We offer such a product. And DTR net solution actually is quite similar with SBC, but only specific for the net transfer. And of course, I think most of people are familiar with our PBS already. We also offer kind of PBS from the small size to large size. I think the small one is usually 100 and plus usually 200 medium size or large size for the UC 3.50 and the PRO versions, even the software version. Of course, this is I think this is the latest version of the hardware. We got a lot of the customer already implement with large enterprise customers, and sometimes the customer maybe use the software-based solution. You can choose our using SR. This is a software solution you can install virtual machine or even cloud-based. It depends your requirement. Of course, we also offer kind of the SBC and gateway for enterprise level customers. We got the FXS gateway, FXO gateway, media gateway. SBC is only for the enterprise customers. And we also got the endpoints like SIM phone, video phone, and SIP intercom, even the soft phone as well. Over here, we got the NMS. NMS is for our, I think it's a product management system. We know that it's a network management system. If in such case, for example, customer want to maybe implement quite huge number of the IP phone, even FX gateway, even the UC, you can use our NMS. Actually, it's a centralized system for manage your all kind of the products. It's quite convenient and very professional product. You can install anywhere, install cloud-based, maybe the software-based or firmware-based is up to you. Since today we are talking about the SBC, so we still focus on the topic for SBC. Actually, I think everyone should know SBC already. Actually, SBC offer, I think here maybe the 5 main points. And for SBC, the first one is the security purpose, and second one is for the interoperability. Is or how to integrate with other maybe third-party SIP phones, SIP phones, even IMS and so on. And SBC also can be done by using the session control and resiliency. Even the WebRTC. WebRTC is also quite popular now. Under the security, I think you have a lot of maybe the issue or a lot of the connection problems or security problem. SBC can be any of the role here. For example, SBC can be a firewall. Of course, it's a general concept. In detail, maybe as SBC can support the TLS support and anti-DOS track access control. You can access any kind of maybe the customer or the permission, allow the outside maybe the network to access your PBX. Topology hiding is something like the SBC as a gate. If you got the PBX or call center solution inside your network, the outside people only can see the SBC, so cannot see your PBX inside in your LAN. So it's work as a topology hiding rules. Of course, we also got the endpoint authentication. Authentication is something like you have to check or maybe give the permission, let the maybe endpoints to access your PBX or maybe an internal SIP server or PBX call center and so on. And also got the sometimes maybe your packets maybe go through maybe few nodes already. Then your SIP packets, maybe some packet is wrong or incorrect. So you can go through the SBC to correct or modify the packets, make sure you integrate with the internal PBX properly. Of course, here got the interoperability. Is sometimes you have to manipulate your SIP header or maybe the SIP message, maybe some parameter and let your SIP message go or out. Maybe sometimes you have to work as a B2B UA because the SBC is a B2B UA, right? So you have to know that. And sometimes maybe nowadays some people use IPv6 network protocol already. So you have to you have to do the transformation for IPv6 or IPv4, and of course you sometimes need the transcoding. I think very often already. Sometimes the customer need to use a different codecs. You have to transcode the different codecs. Make sure the remote side, internal PBS or extensions work properly. And sometimes you have to control the sessions. Sessions due to maybe the traffic. You let the traffic go through maybe the SIP trunk 1 or IPv1. Or some routings is very flexible, and you have to control maybe the registration and allow the maybe certain number, or maybe under the some limitation. You have to set the limitation here. Of course, we also got the routings, flexible routing, and also want to control. If you want to control the QoS, you can use the SBC to do that. Our SBC can work with high availability. Here we can see that sometimes if you install, maybe implement for a large enterprise, so you have to make sure everything is work properly. Of course, SBC is a must, is critical component for the IP networks. So you have to make sure your SBC have a backup or HA solution, and ensure your internal PBS, maybe call centers, even your Teams phone systems work properly. Of course, sometimes you have to use the load balancing to balance, to adjust, or maybe manage your call volume or SIP trunks. Sometimes you have to do the alternative routings. If you maybe use the IMS SIP trunk E1 or T1, you have to do the routing by SBC. So it's a quite flexible way to do that by SBC. Later, we will give some example for T1 and E1 integrate SBC. Now we just mention about here. And sometimes WebRTC, users have to use the WebRTC, go through the SBC, and go to maybe the Teams or internal IPBS or call centers. It's quite often already. And sometimes you have to use the HTTP proxy to proxy some call or some control management and so on. So this is the main purpose for SBC. Of course, SBC can do more, and there are a lot of the power features detail there. But nowadays, here we only, since the time limitation, we only cover 5 main topics here. And here we list out our main product line for SBC. And actually from just now I mentioned already, we got the small size, even the medium size, large size, or even software-based SBC. And small size, if you small or medium customers, enterprise level, maybe the very small one, there only a few, maybe the SIP trunk, SIP users, you may consider maybe try the SBC 300. Is a small size, easy to configure that. And of course, enterprise SBC, we got the more powerful features here and support the more metric. Here we list out the 5 metric here in terms of SIP sessions, transcoding calls, how many calls can support the transcode, and CPS. And of course, we also list out the registration and the registration per second. It's a metric here, and in the more detail about the SBC features and the configuration, you can always access our website. Our website got more detail here, there. And maybe if you're large enterprise level customers or service provider, you may concern about the SBC SRM. Here is a software-based SBC solution. It's quite flexible. You can install anywhere. Support the Linux, the distribution for maybe Rocky Linux, Debian, or Ubuntu, even the CentOS, and the SUSE, and so on. Rehand Of course, if you want to install in cloud-based, you also can install to cloud-based. Okay. Before I continue, if you got any questions or any query, please leave me a message in the chat box, and our support guy will give you the answer. And if you know, maybe you can continue. Go to the next slide. So in this part, I will cover about maybe the teams or direct routing. Give you the very brief introduction about the teams and what about the direct routing here. And teams, I think most of people know already, is quite familiar, quite popular already. Is launched by Microsoft. It's a collaborate platform already. It's include kind of the features for voice call, video call, instant message, file sharing, online meeting, and whiteboard, and chatting, and so on. A lot of the feature there, and even now the AI or agent and so on. So it's quite popular, and some people, I think in the world, a lot of the maybe the company consider buy the Teams solution to integrate your workplace. And problem here is Microsoft Teams offer kind of the phone system, but most of the customer already have maybe the phone system. Maybe you got the PSTN resource already. So it's a trouble or challenge for a customer how to integrate the legacy resource with existing PBS Teams, and make sure that your staff, your employee or customer, even your distributor, other maybe they can work properly. So it's a challenge. Of course, the Microsoft very smart offer kind of solution for the Microsoft Team and connect maybe the existing PBS or maybe the legacy system. Actually, the Microsoft Team only offer two solutions. One is for the operation connector, then collect the customer directly collect Teams. Another one is Microsoft Team connect your existing maybe the network or phone system or UC by the direct routing. Here is the topology for the Microsoft phone system integrate with the existing PBS and PSTN. Actually, today we focus this solution here. And here is the definition and a very brief introduction here. Of course, you can always refer to Microsoft and the website to check more detail. Enable customer connect local voice chat directly to Microsoft Office 365 system, and implement the localized support localized, integrate with your PBS, IPBS, even your adapter or APA, even T1, E1, T1 or other SIP trunks and so on. So make sure your system can work perfectly and install the integration with your existing system with Microsoft Teams. And this is a topology diagram here. And let's see here, we got the phone system. Of course, you have to subscribe the phone service here. And we got the MS Teams phone system. You can connect on the internet by SBC put here. And this is the SBC here, assume. Of course, you got customer maybe got PSTN or IMS or a SIP trunk or E1, T1. A customer, you legacy system, you use maybe the PSTN E1, T1. You also can connect our SBC. Of course, here we got the SIP trunk and connect together. And sometimes maybe IMS trunks, SIP trunks. You can use our SBC to connect your phone PBS and even with Microsoft Teams. So the three nodes can combine together by SBC. So it's very critical component for your IP networks. Besides that, based the diagram of the scenario, we offer kind of the solution, SBC solution for the customers. Actually, it's very typical scenario. The one is Microsoft Teams plus local IP PBX plus even plus IMS or Citrons. Of course, here we got more complex and more detail about the diagram and between the existing IPv phone system communication system with the Microsoft Teams, and then you enable your maybe unified system to work properly and without invest too much about the budget here. From the diagram, you can see here, and is a topology here. Maybe also maybe you have maybe service provider, 1 or 2 or 3 service provider, then want to integrate maybe your Teams phone system. Always you have to go through the SBC, and here we assume that you still have IPBS phone system ready. After that, maybe you go to the SBC, then go by the link. Even some customer use maybe software, they can make a incoming call, go to SBC, then to IPBS. And on the remote side, and Teams phone system, if you got the team phone system or team phones, you also can go to the SBC and call your IPBX. So we can take advantage of the IMS SIG or even the Citrons and the team phone systems with your existing PBX or UC or other PBX. So it's quite perfect and a sufficient way to implement your team phone system with your SBC and your PBX. And the second solution, of course, is more about the integration with our legacy system. I think currently, a lot of the customers still use the E1, T1 or legacy system to support your enterprise UC or PBX, some maybe the call center solution. So here we got the Teams plus local IPBX, even the plus T1 or E1. So even you got only the legacy T1, E1 also can integrate with the Microsoft Teams. Again, here we can see that if you still have maybe your subscribe the phone system, Microsoft phone systems, Office phone system, you can connect by our SBC. And here, if you got existing PBX already, you got the U1, T1, you can put our digital gateway here and still connect to your PSTN. But the other way, you can connect our SBC by the Citrons, connect with our digital gateway. So maybe your PBX support the E1 or T1 port, you can plug and play and make incoming call, outgoing call. If you implement in this way, your analog phone, maybe your legacy system, you still got the legacy, maybe the analog phone, FXS phone, even the SIG phone also can make outgoing call to E1, maybe call to PSTN, or you can go to the SBC, maybe call to your Teams phone system. It's quite flexible and very, very new scenario to integrate your Microsoft Teams. Of course, maybe sometimes customer have still got some numbers or contact numbers for the PSTN line. The customer still can make incoming call, go to the E1, T1, then go to your PBX. So you don't lose any customer, lost any contacts. So it's also a very good solution for the integration with the legacy systems. And the third one is for the large customers, large enterprise customers. Sometimes you got maybe the over 300 users or 500 extensions, and if you got only one SBC, for example, you got IMS or a lot of maybe as IMS service provider, maybe 1, 2, or 3, or 5 IMS service provider, or even the SIG trunk. But if you got the one SBC, is I think it's not very stable, because sometimes maybe your if you maybe due to maybe network down, physical failure, and maybe somehow SBC not properly, then your system totally down already. So you are not able to make any call, incoming or outgoing call. So for the large enterprise or middle enterprise customers, if you want to make sure everything is work properly, you have to use HA or high reliability to do that. You have backup solution. If you SBC1 down already, so you can automatically, the system automatically switch to the SBC2. SBC2 will take over the tasks, so ensure everything is work properly without any downtime. I think so far I covered a few topics already. I think customer review, we are brands or maybe our distributor and user. If you have any questions in the webinar, you always can leave the message there. Our technical guy will give you the answer. Let's go to the next slide here. Why we choose the DINSTAR SBC? Here, a few benefit. You choose the DINSTAR SBC. Of course, the first one is compatibility and interoperability. Because DINSTAR SBC work have worked. I think they quite the SIP server or PBS, even the open source based or commercial based solutions integrate our SBC already, and we test with a different service provider, so it's quite compatible with the SIP resource. And DINSTAR SBC offer kind of the mechanism, security mechanism to ensure signaling and media safe, and we also offer kind of the way to protect your systems. We also got some testing and integration with Teams already. So if you got some core features, always can smoothly move into the new platform with the Microsoft Teams and existing PBX. We offer kind of the flexibility and fault tolerance solutions. For example, like HA, and maybe if you use the E1, we also got the E1 or T1 solution, backup solution for that. So make sure everything is work properly. So we've got the a very stable SBC and Teams environment. Here we got the 6 reasons why you choose the DINSTAR SBC. You know, I think some customer I think may know that in the market there are a few top SBC vendor already. Compare the other vendors, we still got some advantage if you choose DINSTAR SBC here. Of course, you compare the cost or maybe the license fees cost is one of the main concern about the SBC. So we got the very competitive price for our SBC, and we got a very simple license mechanism. Some vendors, you know, I think they know that some vendors offer kind of the modules or features, new features even for SBC. The modules charged by, you know, sometimes in one module, one fees already. So very customer, if you buy the SBC, you have to pay maybe want to buy the new modules or new features, you have to pay the license. But DINSTAR SBC, only one license, they cover all the costs already. So you don't need to pay extra costs there. And we offer kind of of course, we offer kind of a faster support, and we got the very professional support team to do that. If you got some question or technical support, you always can email us by Skype or by other channels. The first priority to support it. And we also got the reliable delay. Sometimes you may face some problem. You may want to troubleshoot or reset something. We got the modular delay in hardware base. You can always can update that. Of course, we also offer kind of the flexibility. For example, like if you want to, you can choose maybe the hardware base. You may choose maybe software base. It's up to you. And offer kind of HA solution. We got just mentioned already. You can use HA solution for the large enterprise or career or service provider level solutions. So make sure everything is work properly and without any downtime. Of course, our DINSTAR SBC provide the full protections in for SIP security and maintenance security and maybe some permissions. So it's a quite powerful mechanism to protect your systems. And we also offer multiple platform. Since our SBC, for example, like SBC SRM, we got a lot of the tests already and tests in different platforms. You can install anywhere, any place, as long as it is a distributed version. We test already, so it gave you the more option there. Here got the some new feature here. Since our SBC update already, we got the new features. It's very new. So we don't mention about it before. So HA dual heartbeat management. Because sometimes customer use HA for solution in hardware-based solution. So we provide the dual heartbeat detection mechanism to make sure your hardware-based SBC work properly without any downtime. Then if maybe the remote side down, then our SBC1 or SBC2 know each others. And here our new feature will also support the SIP REC already. SIP REC, I think it is new. It is a protocol or compulsory protocol for the SBC, even some UC or call centers. And if you use the SIP REC, you can use SBC to make a call recording, then record the SIP meta information and even RTP data, and then install to the remote side. These are the new features in the SBC. And we also offer kind of the flexibility in terms of the readback tone. Readback tone is sometimes, is something like the customer want to customize, want to just pass through, and want to adjust a certain way to let the maybe endpoint to hear the different readback tone here. And our SBC can do that. If SBC can do that, you can reduce a lot of the workflow in the PBX side. So you can choose maybe local readback tone. Our SBC can do that. And if you can choose, maybe depends your PBX or call centers, maybe a readback tone can set the pass through. Make your readback tone will set back PBX customers or endpoint to the PBX. So our SBC is just the pass through, set the pass through model. And adaptive model also customer can adjust or manage the SBC for the readback tone by the adaptive model. It depends. Quite flexible way to do the readback tone management. And in the new feature, we also offer kind of the encryption for video calls. And sometimes the customer go to SBC and maybe the PBX end user to make a video calls, peer-to-peer video calls. So customer can support the encryption by our SBC. And as far as the bonding, redundancy. It is also very flexible to let our SBC to set the network bundling redundancy to make sure everything is work properly. So just now I talked about a little bit about the SBC and why we choose SBC and our new features, and we'll cover the few things for the configuration in detail. If you have any question, please leave the message in our chat box. I think Sunny Tan will answer now. In the previous slides, I talked about our DINSTAR SBC and how to configure SBC with the Teams, even the legacy system integration, or maybe SBC Solution. And now I go to the deep, the connection of the SBC and the Teams. Actually, if you want to connect the DINSTAR SBC with the Teams, I think there are a few things you have to do. And the first thing, you have to have a domain, a subdomain here. Domain name, you have to apply or go somewhere, maybe the domain provider, and go to there and apply the domain. Say maybe here we got the dinstar.com. Here is for example, we use this. And of course, based the domain, you have to got the certificate, TLS certificate. Because Teams, you must use if you use the Teams integration, you have to use the TLS, okay? And of course, you have to got the Microsoft 365 organization. And here, the organization is quite unique and very critical step. You have to, if you want to use the Microsoft Teams with maybe the PBS or even your own self, okay? So you have to make sure you have you subscribe Microsoft Teams service and create the Microsoft organization. So because actually the PBS or UC solutions, the Teams, the organization is something like it's considered virtual organization or virtual company. So you have to maybe your call, your incoming call, outgoing call go to this instance. Okay, so make sure you have 3 things here must done. And after that, if you got SBC, you go to SBC, the configuration, and access the GUI. The first step, you have to upload your TLS certificate you got from the certificate provider and paste your URL, okay? And after that, you have to set the zip trunk and routing the zip trunk to Teams. Here, the answering is quite straightforward. Here, got the Teams and since it's encrypted already, so you have to use the 5061 port, and this is a Teams IP address here. Of course, here again, if you integrate our PSTN, it's quite different already. So if you want to integrate, maybe if you maybe share about the more detail or some document for that. In this topic, we don't cover that. Okay. After that, you go to the Teams. You have to end since you subscribe the Teams service already. You go to the Teams. Go to the domain, configure the domain you got. Maybe you got from service provider and so on. You set the domain here, and of course you have to enable that. That's all. It's for our configuration and Teams.